My name is Giuseppa Valenti, and I'm married with Rocco Cocchiola, so it's Giuseppa Cocchiola. I was born in Italy, in the island of Sicily, Provincia di Siracusa. The name of the town is Solarino, which was such a lovely, lovely place. So, I came to this country when I was 13 years old. While I was there in Italy, I went to school as far as 5th grade. And then my mom made sure that I learned how to cook. And I think she started when I was like 7 years old. In Italy, you kind of have the names of the grandparents. You're named after your grandparents. So since there was a big family, I think there must have been like 10 Panuccias or Josephines. But they were like, who was Giuseppa, who was Pippa. But since I was the youngest one, they nicknamed Panucci. So, and my mother would say, Panucci, go get the wood, put it on the focolaio, that's the burners, which in those days there was no stove, so electric. Focolai was that you had to use logs. And then with that, as I was getting older, she made sure that I went to school to learn how to sew. And that started when I was about 8 years old. I came to this country, I was 13 years old, and I don't know if I'm repeating myself, but at that time, I got certified. At 13 years old, I was certified as a seamstress. Made the first little dress for one of my cousin's little daughter when I was only 10. And I could still see the little dress that I made at that time. We came to the United States in 1958. My dad came in 1955. When we got to New York, I'd love to tell this story because my grandkids and my children, they all know. We got to New York, to Pier number 9. I even remember that. So we were in line to get, but they had to check your passport and whatever. And I saw my dad, because they had a chain and to keep you back, because until you went by. When I saw my dad, maybe I was like 5th, 6th people were ahead of us. I jumped the chain. And I could hear now when the guy was saying, come back, come back, come back. Well, come back. I don't know what he was saying because I didn't know a word of English. So I kept on going, and then I put my arms around my dad that I hadn't seen him for 3 years. And once they saw that, they said, let her go. Don't stop her. But then I had to get back. We moved. We lived in the city of Warbury, Connecticut for many years. Then I went to school here for a couple of years. But of course, I was homesick. So even if I could have done a little bit better with the schooling, I kind of mentally refused it. So at the age of 16, I decided that I'm going to drop out of school. And that was only 8th grade, as I said. I was begged by the principal of the school to remain in school. That one day, in those days, they were teaching home economics, which was your cooking and sewing for the girls. So he said, you will make a very good seamstress and a good cook. So he knew it then, what I'm finding out today, that I was able to cook, but that's been my life. So anyway, when I left school, I went to work in sewing shops, undergarments. Then as life went on, I got married in 1962. I had 2 children. My son was born in 1965, and my daughter was born in 1970. So I do have 2 children. And as life went on, as I said, I started working for a drapery place, for draperies, customized draperies. I think it was in 1980 something, I can't remember. I started working for myself. So I had my own business under Custom Draperies by Josephine for quite a few years. Made a lot of people happy because the customized work that I did, it was like awesome. Um, so I do have a little bit of history, and as I said, my greatest gifts were my children, but I have to kind of say it, that my greatest ones are my grandkids. And I always kind of say, look at the word, grandchildren, grandmother. What is the difference? There's less difference than when you say my children and mother or father. So my grandkids are the gift that the good Lord gave me, and they're the sweetest gift. Olivia is one that she got in touch with you. God bless her. And I am so honored that she did this for me. And then I have 3 other ones. Robert is Olivia's brother. Those are my son's children. And my daughter's kids are Morgan and Lauren. And as I said, they're my life. May God bless them. And now today I'm here. So I'm 70 years old now, which I enjoy life even more because, you know, life was tough in the past. Even coming here as an immigrant. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy, not knowing the language, to learn the language, and just the honor that we carried to respect this country with love and just to get ahead. And, you know, some people built big castles, but some of us built small castles, and they're just as good as the big castles. So again, it's been a wonderful life, a wonderful family. When you cook, cook with your heart and cook with love. For if you cook with your heart and love, no matter how bad the food might come out, it's delicious. I swear to you, because the love and the passion is there. Yes, I do cook with my grandkids. Olivia, who is a little far, every so often calls, Nonna, how do I do this? Favorite foods are, I'll tell you, being a Sicilian, lentils, legumi, so-called legumes, they're part of our culture. Minestrone, so those are the dishes that truly today, they don't use it as much. So I kind of try to pass it down to my grandkids, and they all love the lentils. Oh my goodness. And then there is one dish that it's called the zuppa di nonna, which you have scuttle and beans, and again, but they're used to that. Favorite foods? I don't know if I have a favorite food. I gotta tell you the truth. I enjoy doing anything that it's there for me to cook. And then the magic of this is that I make do, not with what I want, but what I have near me. And the word is being frugal. Yes, but even being frugal, let me tell you, as you put all those little seasoning and whatever, the food comes out good and the kids enjoy it. I make spaghetti with fish, again, the zuppa di pesce. They love that. Clam chowder. See, I could go from the Italian to kind of other little dishes. So again, it's just the enjoyment that I like to bake, but I don't know if I'm a good baker, but I like to bake. And sometimes I get aggravated because one of my stoves doesn't work too well, and I'm like, oh, you know. But again, I do like to bake cookies. I have this recipe. Oh, it's right here. Okay, biscotti della regina, so-called biscuits of the queen, or the queen's biscuits. So biscotti della regina, and they love that. And then the Sicilians, we have what is called torrone, with the sesame seeds and almonds, honey and sugar. Oh, by the way, the fish salad for Christmas, it's always been my job to put it together. So the fish salad is going to be the one that I usually say, Zizi, oh, like my nephew, my nieces will say, Zizi, that's your dish, you got to make it. But again, if I got to say that I have a special dish, I don't think I do, because as I said, I enjoy all that I make. They say that I make very good manicotti. They say, oh no, not the manicotti, the crepes are so good. Secrets, as I said, I think my secret for me, it's the love that I put into it.